Elaine at kinderplans.com. In this video I'm going to demonstrate my weekly plan related to the fairy tale theme, focusing on the literature selection The Gingerbread Man. I will also briefly relate to how this plan can meet many Common Core outcomes. I will begin the weekly plan by reading the different versions of the book and discussing these differences with my students. This activity alone can meet many of the RLK outcomes. The reading strategies component will be addressed through the emergent readers, The Gingerbread Man Perseveres. All the emergent readers related to the fairy tale theme relate to positive character virtues. And also, the children will see, by using these character virtues, how the outcomes within the readers will have different outcomes than those that they read in the books. First of all, The Gingerbread Man Perseveres, I'll introduce the reader by talking about the word perseveres. And different children will relate to their experiences they had when they persevered. Then we'll read the reader and see what happens when Gingerbread Man persevered. I ran away from an old lady. I ran away from an old man. I ran away from a dog. I ran away from a cow. I ran away from a fox. I never gave up and made it safely home. Again, this allows for a discussion on, since the Gingerbread Man used perseverance, he made it safely to Gingerbread Man Land, which is different from the books that they read together in class. After we've read the book and discussed it, and the comprehension is our core concentration to begin with, then we'll go back into looking at different reading strategies we can use to decode words. For example, you might want to review the different sounds that G makes. You might want to refer to the An word family and build different words that are built on that word family. And on the first page, your focus sight words for the week could be away and from, which are found within the reader. You might also want to discuss the sounds that O makes, like O and Ah. That might be a review. Again, you'd go through the pages and decide what reading strategies would you like to work on as a review or as an introduction. That's the purpose of these emergent readers, is to develop those key reading skills. And the writing component is addressed through a retelling of the book. This will be what the children will be working on during the week. It's just a simple retelling of the book, The Gingerbread Man. And actually is a retelling of the emergent reader that they will be working on. It all started at, the children will have to select a setting, and this will depend on their interests. For example, some of my boys are really into trucks, so their setting might be a garage of some sort or something like that. Run, run as fast as you can't catch me, I'm the Gingerbread Man. I had to run away from, so the children would have to select the first character. They would draw that character and then they would describe it. And the one thing that I really enjoy about this is, you know, the different, depending on the different levels of your students, they can expand on this and describe it, be very descriptive in their description of the different characters, or they could be very brief, depending on where they're at in terms of their development. And then it just continues on, and each day they would draw a character and describe it. And at the end, they would determine where their characters made it safely to. And this writing concept develops the writing component of what a beginning, middle, and end is, and what a setting is. Also, my students will be reenacting the different fairy tales, and this would be one of the fairy tales they'd reenact. And I'm going to scan the different pages of this book. Each student will pick their favorite page, and I'll put that on the smartboard, and we'll be showing that to their parents as well as the different plays we're going to reenact. And this covers also the language development component of the outcomes. So I hope you found these ideas helpful, and you can see how the lesson plans can be used to incorporate your Common Core standards. This is Elaine at kinderplans.com.